cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Today is Wednesday, December the 21st, 2022. Don't forget, I will be going live on Friday, December the 23rd, 7 on the East Coast, 6 Central, and 4 on the West Coast. Y'all on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give this one a 5. I'm sorry, it just didn't do it for me today. Y'all can tell me what you think in the comments. We start off with Carter Taylor are coming in on Steffi. I love Steffi's suit. I like what she had on. I think because it's short, okay, so the material to me is like for an older woman, but then they made it short skirt, shoulder, belly. So I was like, okay, that makes it younger. So it was cute. I liked it. So, anyways, Taylor and Carter come in because they said we woke up to text messages from you. What's going on? And she tells them this Sheila and you guys are probably gonna be targeted. Sheila's in our area, and they were like, Steffi, I know you had your theory. She said, no, it's not a theory. I saw her. So she explains to them everything that went down, how she saw Sheila at the restaurant, and Carter said she went back to the scene of the crime. And she was like, yeah. And then later on, they thought they had cornered her, but she slipped away from the police. And they were like, oh my gosh, Sheila always gets away. But she wants to make them aware that Sheila is on the loose and she's on the loose in their area. And they were like, okay, thank you for telling us this. They'll be on the lookout. So then Carter leaves and Steffi and Taylor talk. Oh my gosh, y'all. They've had this conversation over and over. I forgot honestly that Taylor hadn't excuse me, Steffi hadn't told Taylor about Sheila, because they were just so happy. She was just so happy that her mom had moved on, and and she and Brooke were not fighting over her dad anymore. But anyways, they get back to this conversation, and she says, I can't believe Sheila's gonna be around. Why is she still here? And Stephanie was like, she's just so obsessed with my family. She wants to be a part of my family, and y'all know how Sheila feels about Taylor, so she's on a high alert with her as well. And so then they started talking. Oh, and I forgot to mention yesterday how they talked about Thomas had went underground, and I said, what? So he's just gonna get away with this? That's what I'm hearing. Anyways, child, so they're talking and they start talking about this wedding again and how Ridge lied to Taylor and how Taylor didn't tell the truth. And Steffi says, I wish I hadn't said anything and just let you tell him. And she's like, no, it's fine. And she said, Mom, I didn't know I was putting down making your self worth bad by pressuring you to be with my dad. And her mom said, no, I've been doing that for years. Brooke and I had just been going at each other and at each other, and we wanted to be better role models. And Steffi was like, you're always a good role model, but she wanted to show Steffi and her grandkids that you don't have to do all this for a man. And I said, well, that's true. And so that's what she means when she said that they want to be better role models. She said, Brooke and I have been fighting for decades, and it feels so nice not to have to fight anymore. And she says, she does care about Ridge, but at the end of the day, he did lie to her, acting like he was just so in love with her and it was only her, and he had no doubts about it, and he didn't want Brooke anymore. But that wasn't really the case. And so again, Steffi continues to apologize. Taylor tells her no, there's no need. And that's it, y'all. Honestly, that is it. So then we see Brooke and Katie, and they're talking about Sheila, and Katie was like, I just can't believe she's out there, and Brooke says, no telling where she is. So once they get done talking about that, right? They then start speaking about Katie, and she says her checkup, and Brooke said, I thought you always got that done in the spring. She says, I know, but I was busy with Will, and then all this going on. And she said, so no, you were scared to get it done. And she was, she was like, Storm gave me such a gift, and I was I know that I'm not going to live a long life, and so every day is a gift. And because they were talking about Bill and how she's worried about him, but Katie can't stop her life because she's worried about Bill as well. Even though she's worried about him, she's not going to put her life on hold, and she's not going to be with a man that doesn't want her over everyone else. So that, and that's one of the reasons they were talking about her heart, and she's got her checkup today, and she's nervous about it, but she looks at the gift that Storm gave her, that's beating in her, her heart is beating because of him. And so Brooke, felt her heart, and then they both had an emotional moment, just thinking about everything. And Brooke just tells her, "I'll go with you," and she said, "No, I need to do it, alone." So she goes alone, and then that's when Carter comes in. He's looking for Katie, and she tells him she had her checkup, and he said, "Checkup? She didn't tell me about it." And she said, he was like, "Is everything all right?" And Brooke tells him, "No, she really could use some support." And because they were getting so close, she's surprised Katie didn't tell him. But then Katie probably wants to deal with it, feels like, I have to do it alone, but she really thinks she needs support. So the next thing you know, Katie is at Dr. Buckingham's office, and she is waiting on her results. The doctor's running behind, and Carter comes in, and she was like, "What are you doing here? I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to." And he was like, "No, you're not. I'm here because I want to support you. I care about you." And so she was like, "Okay, okay." And so she's glad he's there and everything. Y'all, did Miss Grace come in? I said, "Oh my God, Dr. Buckingham, here go Grace." And she said, "Carter." And Carter was Katie said, "Carter's here for support. I hope that's okay." And she said, "Paris has moved on, and so have I." I said, "But it don't look like it, sister." Baby, this was the best part of the episode, child. So Miss Grace come in, and they sit down, and then Katie and Carter hold hands and everything, and she says, "Okay, tell me my results." And Dr. Buckingham is looking nervous. I said, "But I see Katie celebrating at Christmas." But you know how you can fake it. She might be faking it. So, but I hope everything is all right with Katie, because I do want to see where this romance goes with Carter. And y'all, Bold and the Beautiful, you do these actors a disservice. I love me some Grace Buckingham. I don't care. I don't care. I loved Grace Buckingham when she was telling Zende, "Go after her, Zende. Prove your love." And I saw Paris was at the holiday party, and so I said, "So what's going on? Like, I need more information into this whole romantic thing with Zende, Paris, because we know Carter did her wrong, but she never got her moment with Carter to just like tell him off. You know what I mean? I needed her to have that. Now the months have went by, and the fact that Carter was with Quinn, and now he hopped himself right on over to Katie. Sir, it's too many women in one year. I'm sorry, y'all talk about women all the time. I'm just trying to make it to 8 minutes, y'all, and I did. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps. Days of no, no, not Days. The Bold and the Beautiful edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.